Hello, I think we're live now. Just checking things are working as usual, as technical things tend to fall on their face. Just bear with me. I think we should be going. This is working fine. I have no idea if my audio is working because I haven't opened my monitor, so bear with me. Stream manager. Drum roll. Phone, take the time you want. No pressure. It should be almost there. Sorry people, just wait a second. When you need things to work fast, they don't. And they won't. Alrighty-o. As this move to the right. Thank you, Bob. Why do I still see the opening reel? That's a mystery. Please bear with me. Okay, no, it is going. I can see the captions are working. Alrighty-o. I think it's just the audio that is not working. Oh, hello. Hi. Finally, sorry, I'm freaking out a little bit. So hello everyone, hi. I don't have anything pretty much prepared because I was a bit rushed. I had to like cut 30 minutes. But yeah, thank you for reading. Thank you so much. I had such a lovely time today on your stream. And thank you everyone that decided to tag along. So thank you, all of you. Oh God, so many people. Thank you. And of course, instant shout out to the amazing stream scribe, which I found out today through Casey Snow, but it's such an amazing community and stream. So yeah, I think it's worth shouting out to my teeny tiny community. Just bear with me while I find the things that I need to do. Come on. And shout out. And to them. Yeah. I'm okay. I'm just getting things going, but of course they don't. Okay, I think the keyboard is not on. Okay, and I just need to breathe. Okay. No freakouties. Okay, got it. I should be able to get oh gosh, that's a lot of chat to pick up on. So yeah, hello, I'm Maria, and I do this as a hobby after a full-time job. So I might be a little worn out just for the start, but I'm the purpose of my stream is to share my progress as I go, and at the moment I'm learning how to use gouache. My previous feat was Jinx from Arcane. I don't know if you know it. Let me just turn the page, and ended up like this. And now I'm doing Vi. And yeah, so this is pretty much what I am on at the moment. I should check chat because I am not I'm not used to these auto scrolling. I'm so sorry everyone. Okie dokes. I should be able to find, yes, breathe, very important. Breathing is indeed. Doing great, thank you, adding soul. And I got mini hugs as well. That's great. Two of my favorite League of Legends character. That's awesome. Glad to hear. I have a bit of a thing for Arcane. I love everything of it. Oh my gosh! I think that there's people doing things. I am definitely not used to this amount of activity, so please bear with me while I avoid to freak out. So yeah, if you wanted to see what I usually do, I am a sort of a butterfly. I can't stay still to save my life, and this is the type of stuff that I do, is various in terms of mediums and also subjects. I vary a lot from, like, I love ink drawing. That is one of them. One of my favorite subjects is horses. They might pop up every now and again. I've worked mainly in watercolor so far, but recently I've picked up gouache. As you can see, like, I use markers, pretty much whatever I have my hands on. I've done some, like, a little bit of sculpting as well, just like if you can scroll back, you can find some sculpting in there. So yeah, this is what my artistic history looks like. Oh my god, Tobaki, you just described it. Thank you so much. I don't know how many other things have happened, so yeah, please bear with me while I manage to find my way around things. I completely lost track of who said what where, and sorry for like losing track of things. Streamscribe, I'm sure that you've written something somewhere, but I can't find it. So I'm trying to I will manage to chill eventually, and I'll get this finished, because that is the purpose of today. I need to finish this because I wanted to have this shown in the monthly showcase on Casey's monthly event. I think my Spotify has had a bit of a fit for some reason. This is the first time that it decided not to do its thing, so just bear with me while I check things. Maybe it's just the low. Let me see. Spotify is Spotifying. Okay, I think now is back on. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Oh, a little louder, Spotify. I should have it on a decent level now. Well, I'll go back to it as we go. All good. Well, thank you everyone for everything that you've done so far, and I will go back and check the event history to make sure that I'm not negligent. I don't even know if it's a word, but yeah, you'll hear that from me. Okay, so sorry, I just needed to still increase Spotify and manage to not have echo in my headphones, which is always fun when you have echo shouting at you in doubles. And I have forgotten to undo to remove the intro stream on YouTube. Sorry, YouTube people. I'm a very bad streamer. I'm a very newbie streamer, that's for sure. Okie dokes. Let me see. That's a lot. So, how are you doing, my favorite Italian? Oh, that's very kind. I'm sure Mario and Luigi must be your favorites before me. Deborah White Music. Oh gosh, you got the first badge. That's so kind for people. Like, thank you everyone who did all the things. I really appreciate it. You have no idea how much. And so yeah, you said love these, or for the things that I was showing earlier. So thank you. Yeah, I am like Stream Scribe was using what usually uses the squirrel's analogy for the activity in his brain, and is something that I've picked up from a podcast that is called ADHD Chatter. Yeah, I have a lot of caffeinated squirrels on my wheel, so yeah, please bear with me while I try to figure out how to get around and check things with a bigger audience than 5 people. So please bear with me. So, gosh. Okay, yes, focus. Thank you, squirrels. I definitely needed some reminder that I need to focus. I don't have an idea, and you're almost welcome. Thank you so much. That's very, very lovely of you. And of course, I'm dropping things because why not? Okay. I don't know if you can hear me okay. My mic tends to be a bit on the low side. So I'll try to speak clearly. Okie dokes. All of the squirrels, indeedio. All of the squirrels. Okay, and breathe. Okay, sorry. Also, just be aware that I'm not native. Like English is not my mother tongue, so sometimes I might either forget how to express myself or to make sentences, and yeah, it can happen. So be aware that might be a thing, or I might make up words. I'll try to keep it in check, at least for the foreseeable. And if you have any feedback on level of music, if that's too loud or you can't hear me, just let me know. Mic is good. Okay, thank you, Verme Verminoso. Oh yes, we've got my my Spotify playlist. If anyone wants to tag along and hear it separately, I do have a Spotify command. It should bring you to the right playlist. This is the Japanese songs, upbeat Japanese songs specifically, which I often use to cheer me up and to just digest at the end of the day what might have happened, like today. So yeah, indeed, Full Metal Alchemist it is. Still have the past trauma from the anime. Okay, I need to do the things, otherwise the painting won't finish itself. I just need to remember what I've done, because I have one of the things that I need to do is fix the eyes, because now they look like a bit of the Stargate eyes. I don't know if you remember. They were very, very bright for no reason, but it was like the 90s CGI, so I don't blame anyone for that. It's just that it looked a bit odd. And this is what it's looking like now. I have shading pretty much everywhere but the eyes, and they're bugging me every time I look at it. So that is one thing that I need to fix, plus I need to sort out the shading to make sure that the levels of shadows and stuff are not too off with the rest of the lighting that I've used. Well, that I've adopted from the Arcane poster. And this is by no means I hope that I'm not offending anyone that is a fan of the show or the game, because it's not like a one-to-one reproduction, is kind of my interpretation of it. So you love the hair. Thank you, Inukogi. Nina, yeah, don't make me cry. Okay, the camera is working today. The webcam decided to please us. I don't know what you mean with my talk and PTSD. She's doing good, right? Right? Yes, I'm sure she is doing good. In an alternative universe, I've seen a clip with Doraemon was kind of fixing the situation and kind of splitting into two separate entities. But I won't say any more because if anyone hasn't watched Full Metal Alchemist, I don't want to give away spoilers and such. So I'll just we'll just keep it there. I need to borrow another piece of palette because this is not enough and I don't have space for grey. Just bear with me. Give me the dripper. I don't need this blue. I missed Peak. If anyone hasn't watched it, I can only say one thing. Yes, definitely Peak. And the good thing, like from one point of view, is that my memory is so crappy that sometimes I watch something and I might forget most of it, even though I liked it, which is a bit weird, but it can happen. But when I watch it again, it's like I've watched it the first time, so it's a bit of a positive in that regard. It's not too bad with having this type of very peculiarly made brain. Let me just squeeze some of this burnt amber. I'm so sorry, I need to go. Nice to meet you, Maria. Your channel looks so good. You're going to be great. Brightest blessings. Have a great rest of the day, everyone. Thank you so much, Deborah. I really appreciate you being here, your support, and I hope to see you soon, either on my stream or on the Streamscribe stream. So yeah, we'll see you around. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you to Tobaki for reminding me that my Spotify is a bit silly. Let me try and do the same workaround that I used last time, which seemed to have half worked. And let's see if it does the right thing. Oh, righty-o. So I've got burnt amber, ultramarine, neutralize, which sounds a bit harsh, but that's what I need to do. And my stream is usually a bit of a train of thought. So I just kind of half describe what I'm doing, or I talk about something that caught my attention recently, or my most recent hyperfocus topic. So yeah, it can vary. You can have a bit of a mixed bag of things. I love a lot of topics, which can range from, I don't know, cars to sports to marine biology to horses, music, you name it. I have it. Like I've listed some in the about description, in the about section, whatever it's called. So yeah, that is something that could be a point of reference if you wanted to start conversation, and yeah, you can find topics there. I need to find the right reference, just bear with me 2 teeny tiny seconds, and I've got it here. Okay, and I've just heard the sound that Windows does when a device gets disconnected. I don't know what it was, but we'll find out soon if it was something that I'm using. By the way, Maria, shoot, Tobaki. I spent way too much money on plastic cracking. Oh, the good kind of crack, the gray kind. Looking forward to see what you've got. If anyone is into minis and painting minis, you can definitely check out Tobaki's Instagram. He posts his work there, and is one of the topics that we come around quite often when we're like sharing chats on stream. That is another thing that I've picked up recently. Haven't dedicated enough time yet, but I enjoy other people do it and picking up new workflows and workarounds. Because many things that apply to painting minis applies to painting like 2D. So I cross-pollinate a lot between, let's say, disciplines or media and stuff like that. So I'm always open to kind of suggestions or anything interesting that you want to share. I just need to test this grey. I'm still not used to the shifting that gouache has when it dries, so I need to test paints quite quickly. I eventually bought 6 different kill teams, 3 trolls, and now ordered 1 giant Necron. And I got a call from a bank today asking if I kind of was stolen. Oh gosh, 1K. That's a lot of grey, a grey crack. But it's like it's for a good cause. So you just keep yourself entertained and away from worse things. So it's not bad. That's always what I think when I like buy new art supplies. It's like I already have like art supplies that will last me a lifetime. I'm sure, like sketchbooks that I like that fill out every drawer of this room, for example. But when I buy the extra stuff that I might try at a later date, I tell myself this could be something worse. So at the end of the day, I, for example, don't smoke. I pretty much don't drink. So even like if I thought of all the money that I've saved by not doing those things, I could easily go to the art supply shop like every week and buy something, which I don't do, but I could do it if I wanted to. I don't know if anyone has the same kind of thoughts. I know you do, but it could be worse. Or it could be more frequent, or like, you know, there's always a worse side of kind of buying minis that you then practice your artistic side on. So I don't think that is inherently bad. And I've got some overspilled blue that is contaminating my grey. I know I didn't want to go sci-fi for the eyes. Blue is a bit extreme. It could, yes, indeed it could. I need some medium grey. I will mix it again for sure, because this is not nearly enough and this is too dark. But anyway, I mean, I could smoke. Oh, wait a second. Well, instead of 1 cigarette, you could smoke 10 and it would be much worse. So yeah, don't beat yourself up. I know that it's not something that you might probably want to do. I know like people told me that is very difficult to quit. So even if you wanted to, I wouldn't be surprised that you tried and you didn't manage, because it's, well, it's been made on purpose to be addictive. Something on a USB stick. That's what it looks like. Sometimes when I see these people around like vaping and etc., it makes it look like there's a, you know, when like kids look at the adults in the room like smoking and they just pick up whatever, like a pretzel stick or something, and they pretend to smoke. It kind of looks the same, or it looks similar. It makes me laugh every time. It makes me laugh less when people use the disposable ones, which they're extremely polluting. But yeah, I'll try not to be judgmental or anything. It's just that like one of the things that I do like is nature, so whatever doesn't agree with nature doesn't agree with me very well. And I've just drenched this brush into paint, which is not good. They're also insanely unhealthy. Like if you smoke the disposable, you can also smoke cigs. Yeah, I haven't delved into much information about that, because otherwise I get quite upset given how many youngsters pick them up. So yeah, I tend to get upset quite easily. That is another thing that can happen. Also live, so yeah, just bear with me if I get overwhelmed every now and again. Yeah, going back to the initial topic, I know that they're not the healthiest thing you can do, and it's still kind of soon to know the kind of the long-term effects. That is another thing that one needs to be keeping in mind, because even though it doesn't involve combustion, which is pretty bad with the traditional cigarettes, but yeah, it's still something external, let's say, getting into your lungs, so might not be too good. And I don't know if this is gonna dry lighter. It's a bit brown, but hey, I can now buy more plastic crack. For sure, for sure. Just talking about Warhammer minis mainly, for people who are wondering what we're referring to when we talk about grey crack. Is just referring to Warhammer plastic models. This is to blue. Now the yo-yo commences. To blue, to brown, to blue, to brown. What I usually call wax on, wax off, when I do the pendulum between two extremes. So that's what I call it. I don't have an emote yet for that. I'm not convinced about this grave at all. By the way, you're gonna see no metallic matter from me in a few days. Ooh, looking forward to it. It's a bit too dark. I need to go lighter. Also, this is too thick. Okay, I think things are thinking. Caption, they're not thinking, they're thinking. Oh, I've got messages on YouTube, but I haven't seen it because I'm I'm a newbie. I'm not a pro. But I can only talk via chat. Sorry, let's go streaming on another platform. Yes, I'm streaming both on YouTube and Twitch. At least trying. What do I stream, by the way? What are your favorite series? Favorite series? Oh gosh, well, Arcane is one of them. Other series, animated series, anyway, plural of series. I do like The Apothecary Diaries. That is another one that I really like. I'm blanking out. Blanking out hard. Yeah, I've got several which I can't think of, even though they're my favorites. So I apologize, I'm a bit out of it. But yeah, I've got many things that I go back to, and I forgot to disable the browser, which I don't know what it is, so I'll do it manually. Yay. What was I saying? I have many series and films that I go back to and rewatch over and over, like without never getting bored. Like one of them is Edge of Tomorrow. Another one is Lady Hawk. That is quite from a while back. Arrival is another one of them. Interstellar. Hardly possible that I'll get tired of these. Yeah, there's several that I really like. Oh, Young Frankenstein, for sure. That is another one of my favorites. So you might hear me mention and quote from these quite often. Let me check. Yes, the big bearded Mongolian watches key romance. Oh well, I don't judge. Interstellar is peak for sure. That is very good. To darken the color of the eyes. I've done a test on Krita just to check what I should be doing with the eyes and what I should be fixing, etc. So I have some idea of how to proceed, but when you do it in traditional is all a gamble. So I might occasionally go into focus mode, which is what is probably going to happen now, because it's such a tiny area and the eyes are such a focus point that I don't want to mess it up, not more than necessary. A bit grey. This is a bit dry. Sorry, my voice is breaking a little. I wanted to go over the eyes edges once I'm done with the color, so I need to not to stress too much about it. Another thing that I didn't mention is that I don't have like formal training in art. Is like all part of my self-taught process and progress. So if you have worked with gouache before and you think that I'm doing something completely wrong, you might not be mistaken. Might not be mistaken. Can you have training in art? Well, there are colleges and universities and courses that are dedicated to art, so yeah, I would say that you can have training in art. It's just that I haven't attended any of them, despite wanting to. Because before high school, I wanted to kind of choose high school that was dedicated to art, but it was kind of discouraged because of the stereotype of the starving artist. So I was redirected to other targets. I actually got some. I was there when they got revealed. Oh god, what was it? StarCraft minis. Oh, okay, got it. Okay, it's related to that. I might have, sorry if I skipped any of the bits in chat. I might have lost track of what was going on. Please bear with me. Please hold. This is a bit too round. I think I'm lifting, which is not good. Things are definitely thinking, and I'm using the biggest brush on earth. No, not on earth, but on this desk probably. It's the medium brush, but it feels gigantic to do this tiny job. As per usual. I was inspiration when they revealed them. Even got to they're gifted. That's luck. Okay, things are working on this side and somewhat working on this side. Okay. So I just need to double check that nothing is failing on any side. I'm fairly new to streaming, so I feel like I need to keep my ducks in a row, in a sense, a little more actively than someone who's done it for a while and knows that can reliably leave things going. I've heard the thing. Well, it probably is. What I got with studying art is two of my closest friends study it, so my training question was hypothetical. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, I might have not caught the irony or the satirical tone. Anyway, you can talk as much about theory as you want, and yes, you can learn color and light theory there, but they don't teach you how to be creative. I would never talk the work of anyone down. Someone could paint the first time, it's way too many paints, not thinning, etc., and still would have something good. But the only thing is my parents learned in university is criticizing people's art, and I don't really like that. Is fine. I do appreciate that. It's not. It wasn't a quick thing to say. It was articulated, so I totally get that you needed space, and it's not a problem. It's just that it took me a second to read it. Yeah, no, I somewhat agree. It's just that some bits might take less time to get right when someone already tells you, if you do it this way, you might incur into this and this and that other problem. Which, if you go by experimentation, you might struggle a lot longer until you find, like, you crack the code and you find what the reason for that kind of mishap to happen, for example. I know that it's not necessary that you need to go to a school in order to learn those things. Like the internet is full of tutorials and courses, and everyone that tells that they have the ultimate truth, like all the things you've done wrong so far, like the only way to draw, like all the other sensationalist titles on YouTube, for example. But at the same time, yeah, like until you put the time in, like, you need to find what works for you. That's what I wanted to say. This is probably too dark. Also, I messed up the pupil. Yeah, the pupil is a bit iffy. I need the darkest color, which is this guy, which now is a muddy mush, but it's dark and it's gonna probably do the job. And it's gonna be fun when I need to mix it again. It's a bit on the blue side. I just need something to go over the contour. And I think, as usual, I don't know if you can see it on my finger, I've just stamped on the hair. So I'm glad that I've kept the hair color on the palette, so I can easily, air quote, easily, go back to it and fix it. Because I'm doing this, which I shouldn't do. Well, the left side is wet. So yeah, fun times ahead. I don't know if you can see clearly enough. I don't know if I should zoom in a little more. But it's helping me keeping it zoomed out so I can look at the screen and double check that the overall picture is not just what I'm seeing like at 10 centimeters from the page. One of the videos that showed me miniature painting and taught me some things, taught me one thing that is insanely stuck in my head. You want to make good art, mess up, try again, mess up again, and try again. I love it because I realized even when he tells me how to do it, or when I watch a miniaturista tutorials, I learned, yeah, they can help with the direction, but I will only learn when messing things up. Yeah, it is totally understandable. That's how I feel about tutorials as well. Also, if you stick kind of too closely to tutorial material and that sort of thing, you might kind of get stuck in let's say a schema or a structure, which might be harder to break if you haven't played enough or you haven't experimented enough. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's how I feel it. Because you have some set of rules. That is what happens to me. Like, I've been, let's say, told that this is the right way to do it. So if I do it differently, it means that I'm doing it wrong, which discourages me from doing it. in a different way. Whilst if you start it on your own, you might have, like, you might give yourself more allowance, so to speak. Does it make sense though? I'm rambling. Left, right, left, right. Go, Maria, go. Left, right, like we're at the gym. To mess up many times in order to get good in something. Yeah, I agree. It's just that I have a hard time with forgiving yourself for messing up. I need to skip this song. When the volume is low, the high notes get into my ear and is distracting. So sorry if anyone liked that song, but is not able to listen to it. You can jump on the playlist and listen to it for yourself. Whether you speak the truth or you speak facts. Oh yeah, like preach, that sort of thing. Jerry would say rede, what basically just means speak. I don't know if it's read that way. Sorry if my head is in the way. I just can't focus if I'm that far from the page. Please hold. The German preach is right there. Okay. I got some things somewhat plausible. Oh god. I need the. Oh, I felt wetness. Something is not dry. I've just gone over the eye. I just need to go from below. I need to remind myself. Also, another thing that I've tested when I was doing the touch-ups and tests in digital is that the mouth is too narrow and I would need to widen it. And also the tip of the nose is probably too small and I would need to make it bigger. But if you do it in digital, you just transform, like select and transform and you're done. Here it's not that easy, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I'm getting sick of pink caca brown. Yeah, some colors might get onto your nerves, especially when you're doing like a whole army of people colored in that tint rather. Hope I'm not going a bit too Broadway theatre makeup for Vi. I need to darken this brown as well in the shadow part. And let me check the reference better because I don't want to ad-lib it too much. Also need a light color for the inner part of the eyelid, which will need to be 2 different shades for left and right. I'm painting wood for 8 hours right now. That's a long stretch for just one single subject, let's say. hope I don't start seeing double. Not too sure. Plus I will need to add the reflection on top. And it's still the base coat. Oh, there'll be a lot more wood, grain and other details to be added. So more brown and more khaki brown. Oh, there was something that I was going to do, but I forgot what it was. The dark color, the edge of the eye on the right, of the iris. Will I manage to mess up again? Let's see. Stay tuned for more things to happen. When I finish, I'm just gonna dry brush and oil wash. Yeah, that's gonna be, like, I'm done with base colors. I'm just gonna use washes and hope for the best and hope that the model will do the detailing for me. At least for some of them. Kira, Kira. Ba-ba-da. My hand is resting dangerously close to wet paint. I'm scared. Just realized that I still gotta paint the giant crystal and do OSL for it. What is OSL? Remind me. I might have forgotten what it was for. Yeah, there's gonna be darkening to happen. Object source lighting. Oh, yeah. Got it. Just probably have not seen that acronym. Like, not as often as non-metallic metal, so probably I didn't register. And it's hard to do with opaque colors, especially with the kind of outward bleeding fall off of the light. That is hard to achieve. I tried that a couple of times. Well, that's pretty much the reason why I've changed the background for Jinx. I don't know if you were there while I was discovering the magic of object source lighting in gouache. Just gonna airbrush, I think, is the fastest way. Yeah, I think that is the fastest way. Why am I using the crumbly bits? I think this is way too saturated, but by miles. Now it's too blue. Wax on. Let me see on a piece of paper, because you can't judge when it's this wet. I've got my scrap of paper here. Scrap of paper. This could it's close enough ish. Just wanted to go in because I have still some leftover of the edges that I haven't covered. Plus this should be much darker in the recess. Oh gosh. I keep hitting damp spots with my left hand. Only then I get reminded, this hasn't dried yet. Also, this might be a bit red. I'm just gonna airbrush. Oh no, there's a thing that I've already read it. Okay, cool. Just double checking that I haven't missed anything. I don't think this is dark enough. I need some more blue in this thing. The muddiest of mud. Okay, this is darker and is more desaturated and less red. Should be better. Also, we need it on the left side, but we'll leave it for the second because I need to finish the right side. Also need to bring this up a little and blend it. These are more kind of reminder to self, more than anything. A little dampness. Let's try and blend this a little bit. I'm still not convinced that this is enough, dark enough. Let's there. It might be a bad idea. I need to put enough to then spread around, but not harsh enough to lift the white, like the lighter color underneath. So it's a bit of a give and take. Like in this case, I've lifted 3/4 of the color that I put on top. It's be gentle because gouache is very sensitive. Wrong pot. As per usual. Another advantage of streamers that stream art, digital art, is that they can pause at any time. They don't have to keep an eye on how wet paint or paper is. But I know that you'll understand, since I'm trying to get some progress, some mileage into this painting. This could be a little too grey. Just need things with the same color mix at least, so I don't have to reinvent the wheel when I get to the other side. Bit of wet blending. Too far. Also, I don't have a lighter color now that I realized. Oopsie. light, medium, squirrel. Okay, let's say is half doing what I wanted to do. I need to do some sort of glazing. Maybe bring some mid-tone into this, just to get this reactivated and blended out. Also, this needed to be redder, and I don't have enough red in this color. Also, this is too light, so I can bring it down a notch. Just a smidge. Don't overdo it. Minnesota, got it. I'm gonna go over this color, I know, because the more I look at it, the more gray it looks. Let me grab it from here. Really small details, indeed, very, very small details, but they can make all the difference. Because if I, like in this case, because I've just made this part lighter, it makes the bridge of the nose look much, much wider, and we don't want that. So I need to bring it back with some probably more red, a tiny bit more red. So this is probably going to take me a second to get all the pieces in place. This is like a puzzle. At least I need to make it equal left and right. So if I mess one up, I mess two up, and I need to fix both. But if I fix them in the same way, they'll look more coherent at the end. I should use a spritzer probably. But hey, you live, you learn. And when it's half wet, half dry, it looks even worse than it is when it's all dry. So this is a very ugly face that really discouraged me at the beginning of Jinx, because I got the base skin tone completely wrong. Eyes are looking great. Thank you. Thank you, JD. They're starting to look a little more alive than the Stargate flat white I gotta go cook dinner. It's looking so good. Catch you on the flip-flop. Thank you, Nuki, and hope you have a nice dinner. Enjoy, and I will see you on the other side. Well, thank you very much for stopping by, for all the support, for keeping me company, and for tagging along on this crazier stream. For sure, crazier than usual. Take care for now. Okay, I need to fix this. This is one of the trickiest bit to share, because once everything looks almost in the right place, it's easier to share. But when you have to go through the ugly patches because you either, like in this case, have messed something up and you need to fix it, or it's just the beginning, it's so hard to just let go and keep going, regardless of how wrong it looks. Especially in this case, I need to wait for it to dry for me to know if it's good to leave or I need to go in and fix it for some more. Bye for now, Hinokuki. Let me spritz some water here. Well, I will need some hair color for sure later. Just keeping things slightly moistened. All right, where were we? Trying to fix the nose, but the idea was to break this down. I love the bass in this song. Need to go straighter. Like while practicing manga stylized drawing, I realized how a teeny tiny angle makes all the difference. It's almost unbelievable how quickly something might look out of place. You can see it with lips, for example. It's so easy to make it look like the lower lip is further out than it needs to be. It's so frustrating. It takes many iterations to like be able to do it with ink, for example, which I was trying to do and it wasn't a good idea. This is a bit on the watercolor side because it's very watery. Not super good. It's gonna dry weird and patchy. I might need some fresh burnt umber because I can't use the dry one unless I want to find more crumbs rather, in my mixes for weeks on end. Also, squeegee will be my dear friend. Some red, tiny bit of yellow, which is not yellow but yellow enough. Bit of ultra and mix. No, I'm going to need tons more blue. I'm trying to get enough mixed so I can cover all the areas that need a darker brown. But we'll have to wait and see if this is going to be enough. You can kind of sense how uncomfortable I am dipping a dirty tool in another color well. It really bugs me, but I had too much paint on this to clean it up completely and then going back into the mix. Okay, cleaned up somewhat. I want to leave some on the side so I have a reference to where I need to bring it in terms of hue and value. How successful it will be, we'll only have to wait and see. Actually, one thing that I haven't noticed is how we're doing with ads, if they have been on, if they have not been on, what's happening, because while I'm mixing, I might just throw a quick ad break. I think it's gonna run in 5 minutes anyway. So we'll see. It's probably going to happen in the next 5 minutes. So I could run the ads now while I mix and paint. It's not going to be very interesting anyway. It's like 180 seconds. So just stick with it if you can. It supports the stream. And hopefully I'll see you on the other side. See you in 3 while I mix some more paint. Oh my god, I've missed so many things. I missed so many follows and bits and oh my gosh. I'm really bad. Well, I'm new to this, so that is what makes a difference. I have not managed to keep up with everything that happened. How do streamers that have like hundreds of people on manage? That's something that I would like to know. I needed to mix some paint. Don't get distracted. Okay, so I need more quinacridone magenta. I don't know if this is grey or is separating, because the white tends to do that as well. Let me just park this white here. kind of going in the same direction as this guy, but I might need some. Let me mix it thoroughly before I can judge. A teeny tiny bit of brown, and I think we should be good. I need to use this one, and I don't want to. I wanted to pre-crush it. Let me see if this is enough. How are we doing? I think ad breaks end in 10 seconds. It's a bit purpley. Okay, should be in a decent place. Or we'll make it work. Like if I was making a cake, I think it would be mixing with less energy. Okay, let me test on a scrap of paper. Yeah, I think this is, apart from the burnt amber streaking, probably should be in the right range. Not a bit saturated, but we can work with that. We need to keep a separate patch just to neutralize it a touch more. I don't want to break the whole mix. I hope I'm not picking up the lemon yellow, which is right above. I think you can see what I'm mixing. Yes, yes. Okay, that's good. Let me do another test. Yeah, this is the color I was looking for. I need Jedi trick, mind trick. Because I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to zoom in and hopefully you won't hate me for it. This bit has dried very unevenly. I think I need to focus. This strip of shadow has dried very unevenly because it was too watery. So I needed to mix some thicker paint, but it took me forever to get right. So now I can go back in and hopefully not dip in my elbow into the dirty rug, or the dirty towel rather. Oh, my desk is very colorful now. Okay, towel swap, very quick. Chop chop, and done. Okay, at least I can lay my elbow on it. I'll need to soften it shortly. And I wanted to go over the hair color anyway, because I need to fix the oopsaroo that I've done. on the left side. I think there's something either stuck here or some sort of splat that landed there. This is probably going to dry a lot darker than I see it now. So we might need to wait and see what happens. Also, I might need to blend it already, so it's somewhat part of the rest. I don't need you. We shall see, we shall see. It just takes a bit of time for it to dry and show us what it's made of. Also, I've added a lot of water, which might make it patchy. It's like I'm picking a random color, but it's not. I just need to remember where I left things. Also, I forgot to darken this part. Anyway, we'll do it in a sec. Oh crab. More crabs in chat. I don't have any mod yet. It's all in theory, like the Latins used to say, or the people that spoke Latin. Not 100% sure that this is the right shadow. We'll make it work. Plus this is shade, so it shouldn't be too light. Just going with the flow. What do I know? But I will blend the blends. We should be good. Who's gonna notice that this doesn't make sense? Only you and me. Okay, now she's frowning very intensely, so I might need a little bit of this medium brown to go over. Yeah, I know, I need to tackle this this area again now that it's dry and it's all crooked. Okay, let's see. It's like hard edge on the left side, softer on the right. At least now I have a little bit more an idea on how I want to blend colors, instead of going full on blanket one color and then strong on the other side and try to blend when it dries. But my bridge of the nose is way wider than in the reference. Crab, more crabs, too many crabs. Probably this should be more centered. This is too dark to be used for this purpose. It's like I'm freestyling. Like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and voila, mud. What was I doing? I was trying to get a dark color for the eyebrows. So I think this should. This is a highway to the danger zone, like a Top Gun soundtrack. It's probably too brown. That is something that I need to cover again and again and again. I think I'm laying my brush too flat, which will turn into using the side to accidentally cover something that I shouldn't. And I'm gonna be very sad. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You can kind of tell what are my favorite songs by my amount of singing alonginess, which doesn't make sense, but yeah, got my point. Why do I keep on laying my hand on wet paint? Is a mystery. Okay, so the workaround for Spotify, it seems to be working because it is updating without me touching it, which is a good thing. It's an improvement. Yay for improvements. Oh, cool. I should put like a little placeholder where I have wet paint, so I don't go over it again and again. I should 3D print them. Like a little, you know, when they're washing the floor, as like a warning sign. I should probably 3D print that with like wet paint or something. At least this time I'm going over. I know it looks awkward as hell, but at least I'm not completely botching the whole work. And sorry for the extra noises. For those who were not here before, you can hear my neighbors louder than you can hear me at some point in the stream, like the noise that was on just now. Yeah, that's fun. This card doesn't look very scary. Probably made it too wide. I need a teeny tiny bit. Nice progress. Thank you. Thank you, Judy. All steadily progressing. This is a bit too hard as an edge. I might leave it at this. Oops, sorry, I bumped into the mic. Okay, so shall we, or shall I, try to fix his nose, because the bridge of the nose are still, I'm still, it's like she's done through some Botox sessions, and like this area doesn't frown. It's annoying me so much. Like me being convinced about what I'm doing in this area is 1000 points as a percentage. Also, my color, my brown is too desaturated for this area. It should be more saturated or redder, and I don't have that at the moment. La 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 la. Too much white. La 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 la. La 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 la. Let me add some more pink to the mix. Too much. Frog. Wrong yellow. I will never mix it exactly the same again, so I better make it last long enough. Perfect. Testaroo. Marvelous. So the same color should go the sides, both. I will blend it, so this is just a first draft. And then, I know, highway to the danger zone, only the brave, only the brave. Only the brave, only the dumb. Hopefully it is the brave. Okay. I need it here, I need it here, and it should spread down here. And also down here. We'll get to blending in a second. It looks like she has a weird case of nose spines or nose thorns, like a porcupine. I need a darker color. Plus, I haven't done like earrings. Also, I need to fix the like the chopped ear that I've accidentally affected while I was working on the color, on the background, pardon me. I really like to have fun. Also, I should probably swap to a different brush, because this is too pointy, too narrow to do what I need to do. Very big flat brush. Damp enough. Let's see if I can blend this out and in. like the process is that I'm using is similar to what you would do in digital, where you block out some colors and then you use the smudging tool or the blurring tool to fade the edges and make it blend in. So that's the idea. No guarantees it's going to work, but it has worked in other sessions for other areas, so it might. And I know I'm activating other areas as well, like this piece of skin, which shouldn't have been reactivated this much. Plus, who can exclude that she hasn't had just now a fist fight and she has a bit of a punched in nose or something? What do we know? We don't know the story. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. The show. And this is dried. Fantastic. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. No, wrong pot of water. And sometimes I like to keep myself entertained. Okay, definitely needs some more love. Let me also rinse this up and try and get some pre-blending in. Wasn't this one, was it? Frog. I think it was this guy. Let's try it again. And this is gonna dry darker, so I need to bear that in mind. Nope, again, wrong color. Even though this is slightly more desaturated than the top bit, plus it's not as strong. Might go for this one. This is dry as the desert. And this should conditional blend into the rest of the skin instead of staying as sharp. I have the feeling that this is gonna end up a bit splotchy. The trialing and erroring is to the max. Okay, are you damp enough? Oh, that happened. I don't know. It was already that way. It was already wrong. It's not freshly wrong, it's dried wrong. You can see that there's a very strong straight line under the left eye. Well, the right eye in this case, but the eye on the left. And I've already done it earlier. I had just not realized. Nice. Oh, sorry, I just jumped because this song is from Apothecary Diaries and I really like it. When I first discovered the anime, I've listened to the soundtrack for I think a couple of weeks straight without changing to anything else, which is almost unheard of. Not for me, but the fixation was extremely strong. Also a bit of a nose deviation for all the punches. Sorry, Vi. The left side is definitely easier than the right side. My hand needs to contour to make the same move. Sorry if my hand is in the way and everything is upside down and I'm giving you seasick feelings. I need to bring down all the other values on the face. Da-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. This is definitely drying darker than I expected. Oops. Okay, so it might be the case of bringing down the other parts of the face rather than bring it back up what I've just painted. I don't want to do it. I really don't. Which will mean to go over the dark color pretty much to all the face, the whole face. Also, I lost the shadow under the nose and the dip between the sides of the lips. What to do, and this is not the color you originally dipped from, so I don't even know how it's gonna dry as. I'm conflicted. My God, I just looked into the stream, like the OBS, and it looks terrible. Terrible. This is half lifted color plus the one on top. It should only be water to do what I wanted to do. I'm so gonna regret this. Eventually I might land in a soft spot between completely broken and half plausible. Might take a bit. I'm moving a lot of paint around, not necessarily in a good way. And I've already run out of paint on this patch, which is indicative of miscalculations. This is a big brush to do this. I think there's a lot more contrast in the on OBS, let's say on stream, than I have here. Well, at least that's how it looks to me. This is hard. Like, broadly speaking, it's not completely wrong, but it's not as smooth as I would like it to be. The problem is now the left side is way lighter than it should be because the light is from the right side. Let's go. Let's go. Who cares? I can go over it for the 50th time anyway. I think I'm starting to get a bit peckish, that's why I'm a bit grumpier. Oh, love this song. Saved by the playlist. Now, what color do we have here? Let's see if we have a spare tester place. I'm going between the blues. No, I'm going down here because it looks nice and peachy-ish when it's dry, when it's wet. Well, let's see when it dries. So I have a strong feeling this is gonna dry dark. I can't speak, sorry guys. Now, let me rinse this first and foremost. Da-da-da. Okay, so the idea was to further blend, darken the edges, I'm a bit scared to touch areas that are not completely messed up but could be messed up if I touch them. What to do? And what to do? What to do? Don't think I picked up any paint. Dun, 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 dun. Also, I still have some pen showing through, which is the underlying inking that I've done. Not necessarily what I want to have. Let me tackle very quickly the nose ring. Just so I have not too many things left unfinished, and if I need to call it a day, I can call it. Get on. This is gonna go dark. Since I have the same color for the same, roughly the same item, let me try and go over the earrings. Is it out of focus? I'm second guessing myself. Will I be able to stop touching wet paint? Speak louder, speak not to make it louder. Teeny, teensy, teeny, tiny bit of white. I might skip it just for a second, so maximum the hormones. Okay, this is better. Not better in general, but just better for now. This shouldn't be distracting me too much. Sorry for people who like this song, but I'm trying to stay as focused as possible, so any distraction coming from the music might play in my, not in my favor. Proceeds to sing along. And this angle is stop. I don't know if you've seen this anime, but you should. It makes me laugh so much. This is Demon's King Daughter is Too Kind. Makes me laugh every time. This is not thick enough. Da, 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 da. But the opening ends just before this verse. Or it's just edited to crop that verse. I'm losing the focus. Me, not the camera. I hope the caption generator is not picking up what I'm saying in Japanese as a different word. Very bad one. Ma porca. Steady. Yeah, I've just laid my hand on the left side, which was still wet. I know I'm a bit repetitive, but I keep doing the same mistakes, so making the same mistakes. So. Please bear with me while I fight my brain. Arguably, the left sclera is not dark enough, and also the right one, which is the white part of the eye. I'm still suffering from the Stargate effect. I'll just call it this way. Oh crap. This was a bed scrape in action. Is it because the color is too dark or because I'm lifting the whiter part? Let's see. Verification in progress. Also, I have the feeling that I should go slightly pinker or with more red contribution than I have now. They're big glass eyes. Also, I'm missing the highlights, but until I don't make sure that the value on the rest of the eye is fine, I don't know if I should tackle it. Little dip. Desaturate this guy. Should probably make it darker. This is not gonna dry super dark. Let's see. This is darker than the one that I have. Sorry for the noise, by the way. It's better than having a hair dryer on to dry color. Oh, you're back. Welcome back. I think we have ads in 3 minutes on Twitch, that is. We do not have that on YouTube. Internet said bye-bye. Oh, that sucks. Well, it happened the other day. Well, I think you were here when the stream died because internet decided to go bye-bye. And it usually doesn't happen. It's pretty stable, but it's crap. Yes, you were here. Yeah, sorry, my brain is just farted. Yeah, you wrote me on Insta that your internet died. Yes, sorry. Yeah. My 2 neurons today decided to have a fight and just separate instead of working together. Oh good, it's late. Indeed. So while I figure out what to do with my life, let me try and get a little touch up here so I don't keep staring at it. It's probably gonna be too dark. I've had moments in my life where I wanted to do restoration of paintings and sculptures, but mostly painting. So that's what it feels like when I'm doing this teeny tiny dabs. You nearly finished up the brown. Oh, well done. That's an achievement. A brown day that ends is always a good achievement. By the way, I love the shading you did. Oh, thank you. I'm still in the struggling phase of accepting it because I'm tempted to go over it again because I need to, like this part on the sides of the nose is much darker than the rest of the face, but I don't want to touch the rest of the face because I'm afraid that it's going to become as splotchy as this side that I've just touched. So it's a bit of a give and take. It's like, should I leave it because it's closer to what it should be like, or should I touch everything else? But everything else is decent. I don't know. I'm very conflicted. Also, since I have it here, and before I forget, I need to make sure that I touch the inner, what was the last thing that I've done? The eyes, so I should not touch the eyes. Let me just turn it around because I'm still missing a piece of the ear. Yeah, I can understand what you mean. Because I know that it's wrong. Like, both things are wrong. Like, the way this is blended, which is not blended, is stupidly broken. And the rest of the face that is kind of smooth. And I don't want to touch it, but I know that it's wrong. Because it's the wrong value. It's giving me a really hard time deciding what to do. And there's no undo, of course. So once it's done for, is done for. There's no going back. Once I touch it, skadoosh, like Kung Fu Panda would say. I don't know if it's the same in English, but I think I've watched it only in Italian. When it does like the ultimate move, it says skadoosh when he lowers the pinky. Splishy splashy. Yeah, it looks really good. You have done a really good job. I think it's the case of the artist sees on its own flaws way better and more. Thank you. I appreciate it. I think I kind of needed to hear that. think I can use okay, my cactus is crying with me. I should be back functioning in a second. Okay, I should be back as the cactus is. I need to hear it sometimes. I like to overdo things, so I like to just tell other artists. Also, from time to time, overdoing can be hella pain. And I appreciate it, so thank you. And like, I'll be there anytime you need to be reminded as well. Because we're in this together. It's a journey that we're sharing. We all see our flaws way harder than the spectator, and that's not only for art and also for life. I get wise again. Yes, very wise. It's so frustrating that we manage to be so much kinder to others than we are to ourselves. At least it is the case for me. Sometimes I need to kind of stop and say, like, if it was a reversed situation, what I would tell this person that is not me in my same situation. And usually it's not what I'm currently telling myself. Thank you very much. Oh, you're most welcome. It's just what I think. If I can be of support to anyone, even once a day, I'm happy as a clam. So I'm telling you. That's true, that's true. That's why you're telling me. It's just that I find it extremely frustrating. Oh, crab. I went too strong with the hand motion. This color is a bit dead. I think I'm going to do what I didn't want to do. But it's gonna take me a while to sort out once I get started, which is darkening what I think is completely wrong in the context of the lighting that I've chosen. Like all this area is so bright, it really gives me a headache. So I was thinking of kind of glazing it uniformly, but it's really daunting. Plus this might dry a lot darker than I'm seeing it, and that's the scariest bit. This is going to be a Jinx 2.0. The color shifting of gouache is extremely annoying to work around. You can do tests how much you want, but until it's on the page with the rest of the colors, it's so hard to see what's gonna end up like, because you're missing the kind of the context in a sense. Because on a white page, something might look, a color might look a lot darker than it is. You don't have the context. Plus, my skin at the moment is very pink, like despite what it looks on screen. But my current colors are not very pink. So either I would mix both my current light brown and my original skin tone and hope for the best. I don't know, it's tough choice. I don't know what's gonna end up like. I picked up also some blue probably. So if that was the original color, like you can kind of see how much darker that dried. I'm scared S-less. But I think I'm gonna go for it. Or should I take a picture before I tackle it? Just so this is what it looked like before, and then so at least I have like a backup. It was like, let's say this is finished. Like very kind of broadly speaking, which is kind of not really finished, but it's plus this is very strong. It's bothering me. Just bear with me while I take a snap a pic. Goodbye, Vi. I'll see you on the other side. I'm gonna probably start from the neck. It's less daunting than tackling the face. Let's see. Plus it's still 20 past 11 at night, so plenty of time to mess around. Not really, because I haven't had dinner, but what do I know? Okay, so this is workable. Plus this needs to be darker anyway. I don't know. It's happening. Because if I do this, I can't avoid doing the face. Sorry, I'm just going on my steps again. I probably should start from the back of the shoulders. It's like, okay, this needs to be darker anyway, so go over that first and see how this dries. Plus I'm using like decoration, like home decor type of brush at the moment compared to the size of the page. It looks very white, but it's not going to dry this way. You could do a time lapse and see how it changes over time. Take a pic before, yeah, I've done it. I don't trust myself with this medium enough. Plus the oh gosh, you can't even see what I'm doing because I'm way off screen, sorry. Why don't I swap brush? That is the question. Then I'm going in with the biggest bleep brush that I have. I know that is helpful to have straight lines, but still, yeah, you can kind of see what happens when you call it. And this was still full of paint, so my clay water now has gone murky and muddy. Okay, it's manageable. I can get it back. I can get it back. Is 1 sec, I'll be with you in a moment. Let me just try and fix this before I completely lose my mind. I need a little more water. Not too much. Okay, I think I have it. So my favorite Italian, I'm ahead to bed, I go to work in 6 hours. Oh gosh, that's very short. Wish you lots of fun. Hope you post when you did what you did, and if you're not going to post, at least send me a pic. I'm curious how it turned out. Okay, will definitely do. Thank you so much for stopping by, for the subscription as well. You added that on top of your kindness, so thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely night, and I will see you soon. I'm sure I will see you very soon. Thanks a lot for the company. It's been invaluable. I should probably bring a hairdryer next to my desk so I can speed things up and check how much I'm freestyling. I'm not sure I should do this until it dries at least. Let me see if things are still working on YouTube, just to make sure things have not completely fallen on their face. Looks like it's still going, which is good. Drum roll. Okay, we've got a bit of time. Okay, OBS up and chat. Perfect. Now, will this dry dark enough? Also, I could use some of this to why do I feel dampen paint wherever I lay my hand? It's annoying. Makes me jump. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, I think this is not dark enough and is also grey, which is another thing that is not super good. I'm gonna blend it in a second. Also, this should not be super straight. I'm lifting everything and anything all at once. That was a nice film. Not exactly that, the title. Oh, this is dark. Proper dark. Someday. I'm combing bristles. Probably should go the opposite direction. Only the brave. Careful with the splashing. We've made that mistake before. is really scary. Sayonara. And while it dries, it looks even wronger or more messed up than it actually is. Okay, I had partially messed up. Oh, hi Sakura, how you doing? Welcome back. Please, people, go check out Asakura, who's working on his own book illustrations on stream. I saw you posted earlier on Instagram. Lovely progress. You have a lot of patience. I can't bring myself to post on Instagram half of the time. This keeps looking better. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't even speak, but yeah, this is where I got to so far. Today I've worked mainly on the eyes and trying to fix the flatness on the nose, which I'm not happy with, and I'm trying to sort out the flatness of the values on the shoulder and neck area. But yeah, that's what I'm up to. How's things with you? Yeah, it looks great. Thank you. That's so nice of you to say. Really appreciate it. And of course I have to lay my hand on it because I can't start from the right side and then do the left side. My brain goes left, right. Frogger. I did my laundry super early today, but now I'm back to bed. Okay, cool. That's a very disciplined way of going about doing your laundry. Mine is waiting for me to tackle it. But yeah, I've had a very kind soul, a very kind streamer which I suggest you check out. I'm gonna paste it in chat, and it's super nice. He does lettering, and he is a new treasure that I found today via Raid, and is super fascinating. Looking how it develops his idea on stream, like within minutes, you can pull off a fantastic design for a monogram or a name plate or name tag, or I don't know what the right name to call it, but yeah. So let me see if I can manage to finally paste it right. Yeah, highly recommend it. And it's been so kind to raid my stream earlier when I started. So today has been a bit crazier than usual, my stream, but it was a good kind of crazy, not my usual kind of crazy. It's been a pleasant and positive kind of crazy. Yeah, I was very surprised, and I managed to miss most of the things that happened in chat because there was so much going on so fast that I'll probably have to kind of go back and check after stream and send a message to each of the people that kind of did things while I was trying to not freak out and not have a panic attack. But it was really, really nice. Yes, you're right. It was really nice. It has a lovely community. That is, I've spent part of the afternoon in his chat, and his community is just lovely. All supporting people, like very, very kind people. Like when I find these type of communities, they make me believe in human kindness and have some faith in humanity, which I tend to lose when I listen to the news or stuff like that. So yeah, it was a really positive end of the day after an extremely crappy day at work. So fantastic balance. I can go to bed happy. End of the day with art is always good. I agree. Honestly, art, along with kind of other activities that keep my mind off spiraling, is super precious to me. So yeah, even earlier I had a little moment. So I just did a quick sketch, like an art study of a polar bear, since I think today is Polar Bear Day. While I was on in a part of the other community, like the Casey Snow community, and they were doing polar bear sketches. So I took like 5 minutes just for myself to reset my brain, not think about what was going on, and it worked wonders. Yeah, it might not look like much, but yeah, it was a nice break in the afternoon. Like I know that you appreciated looking through my sketchbook last time, so I can show you how the 5-minute brush pen only sketch looked like. Oh gosh, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it looks like this. Yeah, enough of that. Yeah, I do like doing these doodles. They keep my mind off things. Yeah, the best is when you art and it feels instinctive, almost like, yeah, when you're like in the zone kind of feel. Yeah, I love that. And I tend to like those activities that get me into that type of I need to be so focused that I can't think of anything else kind of mindset. Like for a while I've done crochet as well, and if you're not paying attention, like depending on what you're doing, but in some cases if you're not paying attention to how many stitches you're putting in, for example, you might end up with something that you need to undo. So you need to really be careful what you're doing, and that worked wonders. But yeah, like I said, I vary from one craft to the other, but they have in common the fact that they keep my mind off things most of the time. This is a little strong. That's why I love drawing lines, just one after another, no thoughts. Yeah, that's the best. Some days more than others, but yeah, totally. We are on the same page. That is one thing that I like about Twitch, because you can find people on your same wavelength. And yeah, which is not as easy to do in real life. That's what I mean. I definitely don't take it for granted. Yeah, I must say, every time that panda drawing pops up, oh yeah, the Kung Fu Panda one, the cartoon. I want to pinch them cheeks. Oh yes, that's the reason why I drew it. I couldn't resist it. It was too cute and too fluffy and chubby, and it's like, oh, I can't resist it. Yeah, see how much we're on the same wavelength. We have also the same pinching urges. Isn't it crazy? Arcane managed to have a paint-like art style for its animation. Yeah, it is a style that I adore. I heard the first season cost more than the second. Well, I imagine that the first season had some hurdles to go over, that since they were already sorted during the first season, the second kind of didn't cost as much because those costs were already covered. I don't know if it makes sense, but like if there were technical challenges, for example, they needed to tackle them on the first, but they were already in place on the second, if that makes any sense. Because they had to develop the art style on the first, yeah, exactly, and got better at it on the second. That's what I was thinking. This is way too much brown. Oh no, I'm gonna do it again. Free me from myself. I just want to make this a bit less grey, but it's going into a totally different direction now. Darn it. Put your hands up. I just didn't want it to look dead, but now it's all over the place. Frog! And I have another one here, which is almost, well, no, it's not identical. Come on. This is lighter, but yeah. I'm gonna manage, I know. I've done it before, I can do it again. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Making my potions, my color potions. You got this. Thank you for trusting my skills more than I do. The advantage of using a limited palette is that more or less, like since you kind of know how you mix colors, you can roughly at least get back to a similar place where you were mix wise. Because if I had like 30 different colors, I might have not remembered how much of each I've put in the mix. But in this case, it should be hopefully not too painful. You're thinking of coloring yours? Ooh. Are you doing some tests already? Like with color schemes or kind of styles for what type of coloring you want to do? Let's see how this looks like. Test 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Probably I should go under the main light if I can. It's not going to be in focus, sorry about that. This is probably gonna dry super dark. I'm most likely going with a 60-30-10 ratio. Yeah, I've seen is all the rage, like it's been put out on several channels and accounts. I haven't consciously done anything with that proportion, but I was tempted to test it to see, at least on my, like some of the existing things that I've done in the past, for example, and see how I can just push things around and see how they look like with that 60-30-10. Also, I just realized that I haven't touched up the left side of the neck. I've only touched up the right side. Oopsie daisy. It looks fun. Yeah, indeed. It's something that probably if you're not conscious of it, you might not notice. Like once you have seen it like multiple times, you might start picking it up when you watch movies or similar. I probably left my thought halfway. Sorry. Just trying to get this blended. Ish. Not gonna happen. I already love having dark shadows, so it fits my style nicely. Yeah, I'll look forward to seeing your tests and see how it looks like. How they look like. Tests. Plural. Brain. This is too light. Da 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 da. Oops. Hope stream's still going. I haven't checked in a while. I'm almost afraid to check. Oh no, it seems to be going. Okay, I thought it had collapsed like a bunch of broccoli. Another quote from Young Frankenstein. Look how less crappy it looks when it dries. Huh. Who would have thought? Of course, big ass brush for the tiniest areas, because I like to leave on the edge. Live dangerously. Only the good die young. Basta. These transitions are a little harsh. This is a bit too falsetto to sing without putting the volume in. I'll refrain from doing so. Also, I just noticed that I haven't put the tattoo on the shoulder and neck, which I have done for Jinx, but I'm scared shitless to do it. To do it now. You know, this side by side with Jinx gonna look sick. Oh, I hope so. Even though it's gonna be hard to put them side by side, like physically, unless I rip the pages from the sketchbook, which I don't know if I want to do. I just want to be able to flip through and see kind of the things that I've done kind of in a chronological way. And if anyone wants to see what we're talking about, which is the Jinx painting, let me know, so I can flip the page. It's just that I can do it just temporarily because it's like right behind Vi. Scan, print and frame. Yeah, I might do that, even though I've added some gum arabic to the color that I use for the color. So I don't know if you can pick it up, but it's slightly reflective. So I don't know if it's gonna scan fine. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna attempt it and see if I can manage. Because I usually use designer gouache, which is more matte than the artist gouache, but at the same time is not super matte if you add stuff to it. That is something that I've discovered just recently, by the way. I didn't know what the difference was between designer gouache and artist gouache, because I needed to replenish my stock, and then I've researched and found out what the difference was. I thought it was in the amount of pigment, because for watercolor is pretty much that way. It's like there's the professional watercolor that has more pigment to binder ratio, whilst the student grade watercolors tend to be like more generous on the binder side and less on the pigment. But it's not the same for gouache, is different. You can kind of see by how gradually I'm tackling this, how scared I am to mess up. It's like, I'm gonna touch it just a little bit, just another little bit. But it's really scary. Also, I'm gonna just very quickly add some random grey to the, and I keep on starting from the left side. It must be like a fault of my brain. I keep telling myself I should start from the right side to avoid the Smurf effect, but no, it's too easy otherwise, isn't it? And I apologize if my hand is in the way or my head is in the way, but there's not much I can do to focus this teeny tiny area. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing. Oh yeah, at least it's in frame. Bonus points. Because this is totally out of frame. Like, I'm glad that this sketchbook is taking so much paint nicely. And you can't see what I'm doing because it's down here, sorry. Too many things too many cats to wrangle. I'm trying, people, I'm trying desperately. Yeah, I'm doing my best. %. Hi JD, thank you. Oh, are you using the new emote, the heart emote? Yes, I forgot to mention that I got some extra lovely emotes. I don't know if the lurk is available already. Not ready yet. Okay, cool. Thank you for checking and for letting me know. At least at the moment, I cannot check anything because I'm trying to get this and the paint is drying fast. I think my room is probably too warm, or it's very warm, and the paint really is taking the heat. And I don't know where I'm going. Yeah, I'm going right here. I just need a little teeny tiny smidge and I'm done with this. Boy, oh boy. I don't think this is the color that I was using for the other strip, was I? We'll find out soon enough. Just blend it off and that'll be it. Bellissimo. I love this song. This is one of the openings of Spy Family, which is another anime that I'm absolutely adoring now. I haven't finished yet, but it's fabulous. Love it. Oh, sad face. Let me let the cactus participate in the sadness for not having the lurk emote. Things are still working. Okay, good. How long have I been up? Let's see if today the uptime works, because last time, oh crap, pasted on the wrong chat. Darn it, I pasted on the YouTube one. 3 hours, 33 minutes and 54 seconds. That's a lot. Nuts. Peanuts. But the page is so warped that I'm kind of freehanding the strokes mid-air because the paper is swaying all over the place. Or it's bouncing. I don't know if you can see it bouncing, but it's bouncing like crazy. How many percent left would you say with this? I am tempted to call it after this session, to be honest. Because if I were to do what my brain is telling me to do and I don't want to do, it would need to be another full session. Now, I'm going to explain in a second what I mean. I just need a touch of water just to blend this guy out. One sec. Because as you can see, now it's like she has had a broken nose and she's suffering from the bruises of that broken nose. Because the rest of the face is not dark enough compared to what I tried to do with the nose. However, if I touch the rest of the face that now is smooth and it ends up like this, I'm gonna keep going round and round in circles and touching areas that shouldn't be touched, and I don't want to do it. So I'm very scared to do that, and I don't know how many hours it would take me to fix if I messed up something that big. So my idea would be to probably just blend and remove some of the darkness around the nose and call it, and leave everything else as is, because I don't want to spend another 4 hours trying to fix my own mistakes. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question? I am not sure about that. Let me know if it does. Yep. Okay, cool. I thought at some point that I was rambling hard, so I thought of double checking that I wasn't completely non-understandable. Oh, and the other reason I don't want to do it now is that since I'm getting more and more tired, the chances of me messing up more than I would need to, or more than I would otherwise, are higher than average. So if it's something that I decide to do, it's probably going to be after I take a picture and after I've eaten and slept. So if I still have time for the monthly art share on Casey Snow's channel / community / Discord, and then I'll probably do another stream on Saturday if I decide to tackle the issues that I've just mentioned. Otherwise, this is gonna be it, as I had kind of promised myself also in the title of the stream. It was going to be the last I touch this. And then Saturday we can do something new, which will be interesting to know what it's going to be, because I have no idea yet. We just don't know how to stop sometimes. Oh yeah, that is definitely a problem. Like if we had an endless amount of time, we could probably keep on working on the same thing over and over and over and over and over. It would be so easy to stop. No, it's so stop. Too easy to do, like keeping on going. Yeah, sorry, my brain just decided to stop upside down on the roller coaster. I just need to very quickly, I don't know if you can see it. Yes, you can, because I have accidentally notched into the face. Oh crap! Notched into the face while I was doing the color. So I'm just going to try and smooth it out. Every day. Come on. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Oh God, this is so stressful. I stay. I need a teensy peensy amount of color just to touch under the lip, because now it's like white and it's kind of wrong. It should be darker if anything. I don't want to rush things. Every day. Well, since the tip of the brush is exactly the same color as the lips, I don't know where the tip of the brush is. So I need to do something that looks very silly. Okay. It's very late and my eyes are feeling it. Okay. A bit better. Not massively. Also, I don't have the shadow under the nose because it's overestimated. Into a very cheeky half glazing kind of approach. So I had it and I lost it, and then I had it again and then I lost it again. Yeah. George. I hope it's not gonna dry completely dark. Also, it's too centered. I should have just not touched it, I think. Because now it's super sharp. See, yeah. Georgia, no. Oh well. Plus I start seeing things and I want to touch everything, and that's not a good idea. Don't dry too light, please. I'll be good. Don't tell Santa. Has a smidge of white, and I'm suffering the same as before. Where is it? I can't see it still. Frog. I probably need to look away and then look back. Plus, I've just touched on the area that I just repainted. enough. Every time I touch it, I hope that I don't do anything that I'll regret. It's like, please don't let it be the one touch too many. I can't see anything anymore. Okay, I think I am calling it for today. I'm super fried. Actually, there is one thing that I haven't done, which I might do on the fly, and is this teeny tiny bit up here. It is like almost nothing. You just look at it, look away, like I'm not doing anything. Yeah, get some sleep. Yes, I'm going to go. Like I'm gonna have dinner first, which is waiting for me in the dining room, and then having some rest because my eyes and my neck are not happy at the moment. I'm definitely not happy, and I risk of messing up every time I put down the brush. So before I actually do damage, I'm gonna call it. At the end of the day, it's not the worst that it could get to, given how much I've risked messing up. I might just do like one touch up, probably off screen, to try and sort out this area before I post it anywhere. But yeah, for now I think we'll leave it there. Shall we do that? Save your bash, and on one of the best songs in the playlist. What you gonna get? What you gonna get? Forget your bash. Drop the brush. Yes, stop. You are 110% right, Sakura. I should listen to you more than I listen to my over-obsessing brain. Okay, brush is down, not touching anymore. I'm trying not to splash things around, which I should avoid. So all the brushes are present, like they used to do at Alcatraz with the shapes of the tools in the kitchen. I don't know if you know that, but that is something that they used to do. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you can see, like you can take it all in one go. So yeah, this is how it looks like. This is how we're leaving off. I am going to slap myself on the wrist if I try to touch it tonight. I wouldn't do it. I will not do it. I will leave it. So yeah, thank you again for everyone who has joined me, who has kept me company, who has been lurking. Everything helps the stream grow. Like I said, I am a newbie, but I'm trying my best. So thank you for anything and everything you've done for the stream today. I deeply appreciate it, and I hope to see you again soon. For the time being, thank you again. Have a lovely evening, day, afternoon, continuation of your day. And I think my cactus is still crying. Cactus don't cry. And cactus happy, me happy, and I think I will see you on the flip side. Thanks again, everyone. And if you want to keep in touch after, like between streams, here are my socials. This is where you can find me when I'm not online. And what else? I will probably, knock on wood, start something new on Saturday. So this will be probably my last stream on Vi, and we'll start something new on Saturday. Saturday afternoon GMT, so UK time, just to give you a frame of reference. Again, thank you for whoever landed here via the raid earlier, or like whichever other way. You're more than welcome to stay and come back. You're appreciated regardless of where you came from. But yeah, if you stuck around after the raid, as a long time, so I thank you deeply. And again, thank you, and enough for now. I'll shut up. Bye for now. Cheerio.